We have live team coverage from the Capitol Square this morning, helping celebrate 40 years of an iconic Madison tradition. Everything you need to know about this year's Concerts on the Square series coming up.
And we are watching the smoky conditions this morning and also an isolated possibility of a thunderstorm. The forecast is coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of News 3 Now this morning as we celebrate the return of Concerts on the Square, the 40th anniversary this year. A major milestone, not only for concerts, but for Madison. Concerts on the Square it should happen tonight. It was postponed, obviously, because of the wildfire smoke. My partner, Leland Scheid, is out on the Capitol grounds this morning. If everything goes according to plan tonight, concerts should return, right?
You're right, Chris. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us this morning. Yes, I'm live at the Capitol Square this morning. A hazy morning. I can see some sun through the fog, through the smoke that's still sort of lingering, but all systems are go for the 40th anniversary of Concerts on the Square here this evening. And folks are so excited to get back to this beautiful, iconic Madison tradition. We have a lot of coverage for you planned this morning. We're talking about a lot of things, but we want to make sure that the weather is going to stay good for this evening. Of course, it had to be postponed once. I know Kelly was talking about some storms in the forecast. He's here with your first warn forecast to make sure that you can lay out your blankets this afternoon here on the Capitol Square. Kelly.
Yeah, good morning, Leah. We are looking at generally dry weather during the concert tonight, but there is the possibility of seeing an isolated shower thunderstorm pop up. Chances are only about 20 to 30%, so it's not a great chance, but just be aware of that. If you're going to be headed out early, trying to get your spot, setting up the blanket here at 3 o'clock. I think as we get to the evening, as the concert starts here at 7 o'clock, it's just going to be very warm and humid. We haven't had a whole lot of humidity yet this summer. Definitely going to notice that the heat index will still likely be above 90 as we go into the evening. Visibility is down less than 2 miles again because of the smoke across the area. Therefore, we do have the air quality advisory. Very unhealthy conditions still here in south central Wisconsin. That's why we have that air quality advisory, at least through noon. They have extended it down to the south and to the west until midnight tonight. A mild start to the morning, 71 in Madison, 64 in the Dells. We'll look at hazy sunshine throughout the morning hours. Getting a little bit more of a westerly flow, so that should hopefully clear out some of the smoke throughout the late morning into the afternoon. But as we go into 3 to 4 o'clock, notice our future track does pop up a couple of these isolated showers and storms as we get close to 90. After 5, 6 o'clock, a lot of that should be moving on to the east, and we're just looking at very warm and humid conditions for the Concerts on the Square. We want to get to a accident, or actually a vehicle fire that is on the southeast side. This is on the eastbound belt, or the westbound belt line here between I-39-90 over to Stoughton Road. This is a vehicle fire that has 2 lanes blocked there on the westbound lane. So try to avoid that area. Obviously, we're getting a lot of delays in that southeast part of the city.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Just going to keep an eye on that crash for you guys. Back out here live on the Capitol Square, we want to give you a refresher on the rules of the game for the 40th anniversary. You, of course, can bring your own food, pack a picnic, come bring your blanket out. You can lay it down starting at 3 this afternoon and claim your spot. Chairs are okay to set up as well, as long as the legs are shorter than 6 inches. So they have to be fairly short. That's so that everyone can see the performance. Pets are not allowed, so Bascom cannot come. Service animals are okay, but they do, of course, need to serve a specific purpose. And video and audio recordings of the performance are banned for copyright purposes. Now, if you don't want to pack a picnic, you're just trying to get down here and enjoy the music, but you're going to be hungry, right? It's dinner time. There are so many options for you around the Capitol Square. Lots of food carts coming in for this specific season. Chris and Shane went to try it out, see what kind of options you'll see here tonight.
We're at Feed Kitchen on Madison's north side, where a lot of the vendors that you'll see at Concerts on the Square come days beforehand to get their start on all the food they're going to be able to sell.
Today we're with Rocky from Soho. He's going to show us a few things about what to expect at Concerts on the Square.
Yep, so we're going to be cutting the green onions for our ginger scallion chutney that goes with the Soho charbroiled chicken rice plate.
Show us what we need to do.
Let's get to it.
Tell us about this sauce we're making.
So it's green onion ginger sauce from Hong Kong originally. It's popular in Hong Kong. It'll have a nice flavor for the grilled chicken and also the rice that goes with it. So.
Stanford, how are you holding up down there?
Is this stuff supposed to make you cry? What is it about concerts on the square that keeps you coming back?
It's always nice to participate in like local events for me. I'm from Madison as well. For me personally, I don't find time to be able to attend all the events if I wasn't working.
Day of the show, what does that day look like for you?
The things that we can prep ahead of time, we'll do, but the day of is when we get the grilled chicken and the pork roasted, you know, the rice cooked, because all those things have to be made fresh. And then we roll up there and get the whole tent set up and the cart set up and then get ready for the crowd to show up around 5:30.
How much meat do you have to prepare for an event like this?
I plan on grilling 200 pounds of chicken and about 150 pounds of pork or so. You know, in these events like this, we shoot for 3 a minute.
3 customers a minute?
Yeah, 3 customers a minute.
They got to get back to the music.
Yeah, man,
Get back to the music.
But ultimately, all together, it's just a nice hearty dish. I always go for this Asian flavor, but with a Midwest twist. That's why I think it's one of the more popular dishes, because I think people are like, oh, grilled chicken is great.
I spilled coffee all over myself.
Our photojournalist Bubba is with me this morning. He also helped Chris and Shane shoot that piece. He's telling me just how delicious the chicken was. He's nodding right now. A little jealous that you boys got that assignment, but that's okay. I get to be out here this morning talking about concerts on the square. Hey, let's talk about parking. If you are coming down here this evening, you of course want to plan ahead. There are several city parking ramps around the square. Very limited street parking. The lots, of course, are paid. You can check for space at the city's website. We have that link up on channel3000.com. One-stop shopping over on your News 3 Now app to get all of this information. Now, of course, Concerts on the Square running 6 weeks as usual. Little fun fact, they've been doing that since the first year back in 1983. The season starts tonight with Tiempo Libre. That is a Cuban band. We're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up. Next week, the music continues with the Contrastes, and then on the 12th, it's a Wisconsin celebration. July 19th, the Chamber Orchestra presents a Romeo and Juliet fantasy. And then on the 26th, a Millennial mixtape. The series finale is August 2nd. Get it on your calendar with A Journey Through Time. Okay, coming up, we are going to talk with all of the people behind this year's 40th anniversary, what it means for the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. What you can expect at tonight's performance is, of course, going to be a special one to kick off this milestone series. And we're also going to talk about what's new this year, the opportunities for you to better hear and see the music, the food options, lots of things going on here tonight. Chris, we've got all of the details for you right here on News 3 Now this morning.
Looking forward to it. Talk to you soon, partner. Let's get to some of our top headlines this morning. New overnight, the Republican legislature in the Senate, that draft of the budget is passed, and it now heads for the Wisconsin Assembly. The Assembly will vote on the bill today, and if it passes there, it will head to the governor. Governor Tony Evers has signaled that he will veto the bill. He could veto the bill, I should say. This all comes after the state Senate approved the $100 billion package last night. It includes tax cuts for all Wisconsinites. That is a flat tax. Those savings, most of the savings, will be the highest for higher income earners. The bill also cuts $32 million from the University of Wisconsin's budget. The cuts over diversity programs, the GOP says, divide people based on race and ideology. The Gotham man is dead this morning after a headstone struck him. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office says 73-year-old Kenneth Gruber was helping a friend reset a 100-year-old family headstone yesterday when he was injured. The investigators say that he was using lumber to reset the stone when it came loose and hit him. Deputies and paramedics then rushed to St. Malachi Cemetery at about 8 o'clock in the morning. They transported Gruber to Upland Hills Health in Dodgeville, where he died. The Madison Metro School District will resume regular summer programming today and tomorrow. That includes athletic practices and summer classes. If parents are concerned, though, about the air quality still, you can keep your kids home and their absences will be excused. The district says it will continue to monitor the air quality and make changes if need be. Yesterday, the district canceled all programming due to the Canadian wildfire smoke. We are taking a live look right now at the latest air quality index map. Again, the air quality alert ends at noon today, but it is still in effect for this morning, same as yesterday. If you don't have air conditioning and you need a cool public place to go before then, Christ Presbyterian Church on East Gorham is open from 9 until 4 today, and Midvale Lutheran's open from 8 until noon. The Wisconsin Optometric Association warning people who are spending time outside to protect their eyes today. The WOA issued a consumer alert last night with tips to keep your eyes healthy. They say people should wear sunglasses if they can and avoid rubbing your eyes today. Use a cold compress if you start experiencing dryness. You can also ask your doctor about eye drops if the dryness worsens. For people who use contacts, be wary that smoke and other particles could get under them today, and make sure to wash those contacts out really good at night. Coming up, the latest Badger hockey player to go pro, and hear from a former Badger hockey player about his golf game.
And our live coverage of the 40th season of Concerts on the Square continues with a really special conversation with the Maestro himself. Andrew Sewell is up after the break.
Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
Try Tide Power Pods with 85% more Tide in every pod.
Who needs that much more Tide?
Everyone's gonna need more Tide.
It's a mess out there. That's why there's 85% more Tide in every Power Pod.
See?
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Try a toasted bagel sandwich and pair it with a $2 medium iced coffee. Now even bolder.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you 4Imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4Imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4Imprint, for certain.
Experience an awe-inspiring event at the Duck Pond July 2nd starting at 6:05. After the Mallards take on the Green Bay Rockers, get ready for a one-of-a-kind drone show featuring a spectacular light show, fireworks, and music. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Mallards Baseball. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our live coverage of the 40th anniversary of Concerts on the Square with the Maestro himself this morning, the musical director of the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, Andrew Sewell. Thank you so much for waking up early on such a busy day.
I'm very happy to be here. This goes with the territory.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You are on your 24th season with the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. How has concerts really transformed over 24 years, a quarter century?
Well, I think the size of the crowds has certainly built, and when I first came here, the style of music, it was certainly in what David Lewis Crosby, my predecessor, had assimilated. But then I saw potential to really expand the repertoire and start doing pieces that people would enjoy or wouldn't otherwise get to hear for a free concert. So we really have everything out on the square, from the true classical hits to some really popular music, which is what we're opening with tonight.
Yes, we have to talk about tonight's performance. It's Tiempo Libre. They were here, I think, back in 2012, and you said the energy here was incredible because of their performance.
That's right. Until they had come, we had sort of had big crowds, but that was a huge crowd. And I remember thinking, data point, I've got to remember these guys. And it's so good to have them back. It's been 11 years, it's a while, but they're all based in Miami, and a couple of the guys flew up yesterday from Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic, because they're doing gigs all over the place. So it's great to hang out with them, and we had some fun last night on the night that we couldn't do it. We shot a little bit of pool and went down to the lanes, and we got around some local fair here too. So they're fun, they're energized, and it's going to be a rocking night for everybody.
Okay, in our next half hour, I want to talk a little bit more about the other performances we'll see on this very special season, but I have to ask before you go, are you any good at pool?
You have to ask the guys. No, I lost out. They beat me to a pulp. It's okay.
Okay. Well, we know he's good at something. We know he's good at something. Andrew, thank you so much for waking up so early and talking to us.
Thank you.
We are going to send it back to you for now, Chris, but coming up, another conversation with Andrew Sewell and all of the details you need to know to bring your family down to the Capitol Square this evening.
Sounds good. Thanks, Leah. Let's get over to Kelly Slifka now. He is tracking your forecast for this evening. You think there will be any weather delays or cancellations?
Well, you know, yesterday, obviously, they canceled it or postponed it to today because of the air quality. Now, we still have the very poor air quality, very unhealthy air quality here in Madison. It is expected to improve gradually as we get in the afternoon, but it's going to be heating up. We have not really dealt with humidity yet this summer. We are going to feel that today, so it's going to get close to 90. We can't rule out an isolated shower thunderstorm popping up. If you're going to be headed out early, maybe trying to get a close-up spot by 3, 4 o'clock, can't rule out an isolated shower thunderstorm. It's not going to be very long in duration, but it may pour for a brief time. Otherwise, then we're looking at hazy sunshine as we get in the late afternoon, evening hours. I think as that concert starts to get going, it should be dry, just very warm and humid as we go into the evening hours. So drink plenty of fluids. Make sure you bring plenty of water with you. By the noon hour, we should be in the lower 80s already. The humidity will come up, but that west wind will actually get rid of some of that smoke. But as we go to 3 to 4 o'clock, our future track wants to pop up a couple of these isolated showers and storms. They won't last long. And it looks like as we get into the late afternoon, evening, most of this moving on to the east. So as the concert is underway, it looks like it'll be dry, but just very warm and humid conditions. Now, it looks like the storm track is going to be primarily to our south, and that's where the best threat, the enhanced risk of severe weather, on a scale of 1 to 5, a category 3 there in parts of Iowa and Illinois. We just have a marginal risk here in southern Wisconsin. Still have the air quality issues, the air quality advisory in effect until noon. Visibility is less than 2 miles here because of that thick smoke. You can't even see the Capitol, barely can see the Capitol here from our Edgewater Sky Cam. So the thick smoke over us this morning. Notice how it starts to move on to the east gradually as we get in the afternoon hours, and it should be much clearer later today going through tonight and tomorrow. So the poor air quality should be gradually improving throughout the day. Humidity, though, will create that heat index above 90 to 95. We do have a few chances of showers and storms. As we get up close to 90 this afternoon, it's going to feel worse than that because of that humidity, as mentioned. 71 in Madison right now, 69 in Sun Prairie, and also Cottage Grove, 68 in Stoughton. First warm forecast, the chance of showers and thunderstorms, only 30%, but it might fire up right over the Madison area. Same goes for tomorrow, a couple of showers and storms popping up. Same goes Saturday. Then we're just very warm and humid going into the 4th of July holiday. Want to get to our first warning of traffic because we have this ongoing situation here on the southeast side of Madison. We do have a vehicle fire that has 2 lanes blocked on the Beltline. You can see this traffic barely moving. This is between I-3990 going towards Stoughton Road. So going into the city, we have 2 lanes blocked there, obviously causing a lot of delays. So try to avoid that area on the southeast side of Madison this morning.
Heading into this year's NHL draft, there have been 17 first-round draft picks out of the University of Wisconsin. After Wednesday, that number moved up to 1 thanks to Charlie Stramel. The Badger forward was selected 21st overall by his hometown team, the Minnesota Wild, and kept the streak alive of becoming the 6th UW skater in the last 6 years to be a first-round draft pick. Last season as a freshman, he scored 12 points in 33 games. Speaking of Badgers in the Big, Joe Pavelski. On the ice, he's an ageless wonder who continues to set record after record in the NHL. But the Pride of Plover also has another passion, golf. He's a regular at the American Century Championship. Last year, he finished tied for second in the tournament. This year, he's the ambassador for the U.S. Senior Open. And as far as his golf game right now, it's not at the Champions Tour's level just yet.
The game's, you know, it gets good at the end of the summer. Then the start of summer, it starts going the other way. And it's just, I've seen that trend for a while with the hockey season and the golf season. And I would love to see myself playing in here, but I'm fairly realistic as well of these guys are good. These guys are really good.
Against Game 3 of 4 between the Brewers and Mets. 6th inning tied at 2, and Blake Perkins sends a blooper to left. Check out Owen Miller. He gets on his horse and scores from second to give the Brewers the lead. And then in the 8th, Christian Yelich would channel his inner State Farm and give the crew some insurance. He splits the diamond to bring home 2 more. Brewers get the win, 5-2 the final. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thanks, Zach. Coming up next, a live musical challenge in honor of Concerts on the Square. Stay with us.
Watch News 3 Now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
Get over 50% off on this sofa chaise right now at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list throughout the store and up to 70% off on clearance items. The 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Stormguard Roofing and Construction for Best Roofer. Vote today for Stormguard Roofing and Construction on MadisonMagazine.com.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain? Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. You never know what opportunities life will send your way. But if you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis, Enbrel can help you say, I'm in for what's next. Willing to put yourself out there to try something new? I'm in. Care for a seat at the Thursday night game? I'm in. Upgrading your home court?
I'm in.
Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop permanent joint damage. And with less pain, you're free to join in. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections, serious, sometimes fatal events including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. When opportunities come your way, be ready to say, I'm in for what's next. Ask your doctor about Enbrel.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Incredible deal on this Sealy Queen mattress for just $399 at the 4th of July mattress blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, Sealy mattresses starting as low as $129. Up to 60% off list. What a sale.
Welcome back. We have a special treat for you this morning. You might not know it, but Chris Stanford is musically inclined, and that might be an understatement. This gentleman can play several different instruments. He was in a band at one point. Very impressive young man. So Chris, we had the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra drop off an instrument that you don't know about. You don't know what this instrument is. I want you to try and play something for me, and if I can recognize it, and tell you what song you're playing, because you're doing well enough at this instrument, I will buy you dinner at your food cart of choice here at the Concerts on the Square tonight. Deal?
Deal. Deal. This is legit. I have no idea what instrument they're about to bring out to me. Last hour we did this, and they brought me a violin. And I was able to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Something new this time, huh?
Something new. This is our version
All right, Cody.
of Name That Tune. And what do we got?
There we go.
It's a trombone! All right. Now, full disclosure. Oh, boy. Full disclosure, I did play trombone in... oh, man.
There's the mouthpiece. Yeah, there it is.
I knew he knew how to play this.
Okay.
He's tuning it up.
Oh, man.
It's been a while.
Okay. This is so bad.
What is that? That's not a tune.
I don't know if I can do it. Oh, no. It's been so bad. It's been so long.
Chris, you got this. You got this. Let's go. Let's go.
Anybody?
I have no idea.
Bubba, do you know what it is? Okay. Bubba thinks it's Beethoven. I don't think you're...
No.
God love you. I don't think you're that talented.
Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald. All the favorites.
Old MacDonald had a fun.
Buddy.
All right,
Oh,
1 for
man.
2. Dinner's on me tonight, Leah. All right, we're going to get back to the forecast, including the hazy skies, the chance for storms, the humidity next right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Join Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic to learn how a custom knee implant may be the solution to end your pain. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 29th. To register, visit orthoteam.com and click on Events.
Are you sure about this?
I got this. I watched the video online.
I'm good. I'm good. I can't help you with that bruised ego, but I can help you replace this roof safely.
Let the experts at Felco do the heavy lifting this summer with 30% off roofing and siding. Plus, no interest until 2025.
30% off roofing and siding ends Friday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
One bite of 100% Angus beef ballpark frank, and you'll say, hello, summer. Oh, yeah, it's ballpark season.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
It's Macy's 4th of July sale. Take an extra 20% off everything you need to keep cool this summer. And bring your crew together in style. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn more Dream Star Mini bonus days. Going on now.
Join Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic to learn how a custom knee implant may be the solution to end your pain. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 29th. To register, visit orthoteam.com and click on Events.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
A Madison tradition celebrates 4 decades of serenading our city from the Capitol lawn. We're kicking off the 40th anniversary of Concerts on the Square live on News 3 Now this morning.
And it looks like it will be heating up today for the Concerts of the Square. May see an isolated storm. We'll have the first morning forecast coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of News 3 Now this morning as we celebrate 4 decades, 40 years of Concerts on the Square. We have team coverage commemorating the 40th season. Leah is downtown to help you plan your evening with the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. But first, let's check in with Kelly Slifka and whether the weather will hold up for tonight's event. Kelly?
Yeah, obviously yesterday the air quality was the issue that postponed it to tonight. Now it looks like that air quality will gradually get better this afternoon, but it's going to be very hot and humid. We haven't had the humidity so much this summer. You're definitely going to notice it today. That may pop up a couple of isolated showers or storms during the afternoon hours. But thankfully, it looks like as the evening goes in, we should be getting rid of that chance. It's just going to be very warm and humid during the evening hours. Visibilities with the smoke down below 2 miles again this morning. Very unhealthy conditions being reported. Air quality advisory in effect until noon. We should get a bit of a westerly wind that should hopefully blow that smoke out gradually throughout the morning hours into the afternoon. Starting out at 68, so a fairly mild start to the morning. 68 in Janesville. Look at hazy sunshine throughout the morning hours. During the early afternoon, should be quiet, but watch between 3, 4 o'clock. You notice how our future track does pop up a couple of showers and storms here in the Madison area. So if you are headed out early to Concerts on the Square, maybe trying to get a quick spot early, you may have to dodge a brief shower. Should be brief. By the evening hours, that should be moving on out. Just going to be very warm and humid. Want to get to our first morning traffic because we have an ongoing situation. This is really causing delays here. This is on the Beltline. This is on the westbound lanes of the Beltline between I-39 and Stoughton Road there. So if you are near that area, try to avoid it. You can see on our camera here that the lanes are very backed up in both directions. It looks like only one lane is getting through on those westbound lanes headed towards Stoughton Road.
All right, thanks for the update, Kelly. We'll check back in shortly. Let's get back out to Leah down on the Capitol Square this morning. She's kicking off our coverage of 40 years of Concerts on the Square. Leah?
Good morning, Chris. What an assignment. I love talking about Concerts on the Square. It's an iconic Madison tradition, 40 years in the making. A little bit of the history behind it is super interesting. Pleasant Rowland, who you know as a philanthropist and businesswoman here in Madison, she came up with the idea 40 years ago, back when the Capitol Square really wasn't a place where folks would convene. She would watch the lawn and the grounds here from her office off the Capitol Square, and at 5 p.m., everyone would leave the entire area because nobody would converge here. It just didn't feel safe. It didn't feel like a space for community. She wanted to change that. She based this idea of Concerts on the Square on something that happens in Boston along the river there, concerts there. But she said as soon as we launched it at this beautiful scenic venue, we blew them out of the water, pun intended, over along the river in Boston. We wanted to take a look back at 40 years of excellence. We talked to one musician who's been playing with the orchestra every single season for 4 decades. Take a listen.
It's part of the summer tradition, and I think it's one of these, civic crown jewels that Madison wouldn't be Madison without it.
It's something that everyone treasures and looks forward to. They're out enjoying each other, and bonus, they're enjoying beautiful music.
The Concerts on the Square is a very unique concert series. In fact, I can't compare it to anything else that I've actually done.
We both knew instantly that Madison was going to love this.
I'm Nancy McKenzie, and I'm the principal clarinet of the WCO. I've played since the very first concert, so almost, 40 years. So our first meeting, we were sitting at a large table in the Press House Lounge, and David explained to us that Pleasant Frauchi had this idea of presenting a summer concert series.
That's where it started, and never ever did I dream it would be so big.
I think by the time we got to the second summer, we finally realized that it was something that could continue.
5 million people have attended concerts on the square. I first came to Madison in 2000, so this is my 23rd season with the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, 23 years, and counting. As the sun goes down, you know, that quiet peacefulness heading into the late afternoon sort of takes hold, so that you just have a certain peace about what's coming up.
The single biggest impact is making Madison a city like no other.
It's a free concert to the public where people can come and enjoy classical music, enjoy a beautiful Capitol grounds, and in front of a beautiful Capitol building.
It's beyond what I ever hoped it would be.
I'm really thankful. I mean, I've been playing for 40 years for concerts on the square, and I'm really thankful that I've had this opportunity.
40 years hence, why wouldn't it continue? I hope it continues for as long as there are people wanting to come downtown.
What a beautiful vision for the future by Pleasant. You know, that first year she put it on, there were 6 concerts in that series. So she has known all along that this could be something special. The vision really has not wavered. Hopefully it continues forward for decades to come. Now, if you are coming down here this evening, we want you to plan ahead for parking. You know it's going to be a zoo. Upwards of 60,000 people out on the Capitol Square. There are several parking ramps around the square and very limited street parking. The lots themselves are paid, and you can check to make sure there's space before you head out at the city's parking website. We have a link to that up on channel3000.com, along with everything you need to know to plan your trip down here. Now, I want you to stick around, Chris, because we have a very special conversation coming up with the maestro himself, Andrew Sewell. He's celebrating his 24th year here, and he's really transformed the performance down here. He had some phenomenal ideas 24 years ago that continue to play out. He's going to talk about what we're going to see this evening, and then some of the performances you'll see later on this season that he's particularly excited about.
Sounds like a plan. Leah Lynch, I'll talk to you soon. To our top headlines this morning at the state capitol. The budget is now headed to the Assembly, but in a surprise move after approving the plan, the Senate introduced a resolution to force the confirmation of the state's chief elections official. It's the latest development in deciding the future of Megan Wolf. Earlier this week, the State Elections Commission failed to reach an agreement on Wolf's nomination. There was a move to renominate her in the commission, but that move also missed a majority vote along party lines. Now, Senate Republicans are introducing a resolution to force a confirmation vote and essentially remove her. The surprise move infuriated Senate Democrats.
This is a violation of the integrity of the state of Wisconsin and the integrity of the body, and I believe that the majority party, frankly, has really disappointed the whole state of Wisconsin.
That would have happened if she would have had an up or down vote yesterday regardless, going through the process. We're following the process here. Thank you.
Wolf has been a target for conservative criticism over the 2020 election. The smoky air having an impact on people's health. SSM Health says that it's seeing an increase in patients with respiratory issues. Many of them are ones with issues that make them more susceptible to smoke, such as COPD and asthma. Symptoms can come on quickly and include burning eyes and throat.
You are more susceptible to a respiratory issue, that days and days and days of this could make it worse and make it harder for your body to recover and harder for you to cope.
Officials say the best way to minimize air particle effects is to stay inside. If you have to go outside, they suggest you wear an N95 mask. Doctors at UW-Madison School of Veterinary Medicine say even though you may have a dog or a cat that stays outside, please be conscious of the conditions. Unhealthy air affects pets the same way it does us. If your cat or dog starts coughing more, breathing faster while resting or sleeping, it's time to call the vet. If you have to take your pet on a walk, try to limit that time outside to 10 or 15 minutes. Luckily, air conditions should improve around noon today and mostly be back to normal by tomorrow.
And we are looking at improving air quality, but the humidity will be increasing. We'll have the first warm forecast coming up.
And the special performances that the Maestro himself is excited about for the 40th annual Concerts on the Square. A special conversation coming up after the break.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's 4th of July sale is going on now. We're saluting the red, white, and blue with unbeatable deals on everything you need to celebrate outdoors. Like these 2-pound bags of Blain's Freedom Gummy Bears, just $5.99. New at Blain's, this special buy Duraflame Mini Fire Pit, only $39.99. And these folding camp chairs, just $11.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. Plus, this Friday through Sunday, we're thanking all healthcare workers and first responders with an extra 10% off their entire purchase at Blain's Farm and Fleet.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines with unlimited data for just $90 total.
Sorry, just double-checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple-checked, and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
4 lines for $90 a month, plus 4 free phones. US Cellular, built for us.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 on-trend bedroom collections. Get my highly rated 5-piece Tremont bedroom, just $9.99. Stay chic with my 4.5-star Spencer panel set in 2 colors. You'll love the barn-style twist to my brand-new Foundry bedroom. Get red carpet ready in my show-stopping Diva bedroom with financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Celebrating 40 years of Concerts on the Square. Join us tonight as we discover how this iconic event helped shape the spirit of Madison and made it an integral part of our community. 40 years, no rests. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
News 3 Now is taking action, reaching out to our community to lend a helping hand.
Taking action by teaming with our neighbors and local leaders to help make this amazing community we share a better place to live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We are continuing our live coverage of the 40th anniversary of Concerts on the Square with the Maestro himself, Andrew Sewell. Again, thank you so much for waking up so early.
All right. It's a pleasure.
Let's talk again about this evening's performance. It's a very special one, Tiempo Libre in town, and you said the energy they've brought in the past is just unparalleled.
Yes, it is, and they have great charts, which is always important. You know, when we bring in guest artists, it's really important that the music is of the highest quality. So we're going to open with West Side Story by Leonard Bernstein, was just to showcase the orchestra, and then we move into a series of charts with the guys, and then we play again at the opening of the second half. So there's usually a pattern. It runs from 7 till about 8:30, and with a nice intermission. So it's really a chance for people to kind of commune and enjoy the music, dance a little bit, and then, you know, go visit with their friends at the intermission. So.
Let's talk a little bit about a performance down the line, the Millennium Mixtape you are particularly excited about.
I am. You know, we've got total of 6 concerts. Number 5 is Genes and Classics, which is another group that will be coming down, and they do, this is especially for the millennials out there, that some music by Adele and Bruno Mars and a lot of more popular songs. In the past, they've done Eagles, Elton John, the Beatles, you know, you name it, that sort of older ones. But this is really a reach out to the younger generation, as well as, you know, we've got great great coverage here in Madison. We've got, you know, we've got the Epic group, and we've got Exact Sciences and a lot of young people, and you know, we know that we've got a shortage of accommodations, and of course not to forget the students that are around. So we're very excited about the season as a whole. We will be featuring also the Ho Chunk Nation on our third program, and fourth concert we've got our composer in residence Bill Banfield bringing his music, and we finish with our wonderful harpist on August the 2nd, Bridget Kibbe from Juilliard, and she's gonna be beautiful if you like harp music. And I say harp music. Okay. So that
there's that Wisconsin accent that you've started to develop.
Not hop music, which would refer to the Vienna lager that we're trying to sell. You know, this wonderful lager we've called Blanket Beer, and not to forget the Maestro Mule, but you know, that's for after the concerts.
Harp music.
Yeah,
there we go. Andrew, before you go, I have to ask you, what has been your favorite part of concerts over the past 24 years that you've been a part of it?
Oh, that's a really tough question. I think it's also the mixing and the community as people are coming to the tables. You know, at 5 o'clock people start joining, and then there are people at the blankets, and I've known people over the years, some have been there for 40 years, and so I say hello. And actually my wife, Mary, when the kids were little, she had blanket neighbours, and they'd see her once a year, and they'd come over and they'd hang out, and you know, our kids are all grown, and now I'm a grandpa. Can't believe that.
Congrats.
Yeah, so hopefully, and when our little mites are old enough and not going to come running up to the stage unannounced, we'll be able to have them join us as well. But no, I think one of my favourite ones is just having all the people there together and being able to bring music to the mainstream. I mean, music touches hearts.
Thank you for everything you do for this community. It is so appreciated.
Thank you.
Before we go, I do want to mention we should be giving back to the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra for all they do for this community, this free public service. Really, it is their 40th anniversary, so they are doing a $40 campaign. We have a link on our website for you to donate. There will be options here at the concerts, too, for you to text concerts. They'll have numbers up. They'll have QR codes. Really a good opportunity to give back, Chris, because it costs $1 million to put these concerts on every summer. This is so important. Let's make sure it continues for 40 years hence.
They can't do it without the community's support. Leah, we'll talk to you again soon. Let's check in with Kelly Slifka now on your First Warn forecast. Anything on future track that could disrupt concerts tonight?
Well, that's what I'm looking at right now. And actually, we've been paying attention to this accident, this car fire that's been on the Beltline. Just got an update on that. We'll have that coming up in just a couple minutes. Future track, though, as we go in the noon hour, it's just going to be very warm and humid. We haven't really talked a lot about humidity yet this summer. That is going to be noticeable for sure. But as we get into about 3, 4 o'clock, watching our future track, a couple of showers pop up. It's a little bit undetermined where these will pop up, but according to the latest, we are looking at these to pop up around the Madison area, then starting to move on to the east as we get to 4:30, 5 o'clock, and moving on to the east. So initially, we are looking at the possibility of seeing a shower or thunderstorm to start concerts on the square, at least if people are setting up there about 3 o'clock. And then after 5, 6 o'clock, it looks like it'll be dry. It's just going to be very warm and humid. We haven't talked about dew points much because they've been in the 40s and 50s over the last month or so, but that dew point will likely climb up to about 65, 66. So as you look at the comfort level, sticky to uncomfortable, definitely going to be noticeable. If you are headed to concerts on the square, make sure you bring plenty of water and try to stay in the shade. Our severe weather threat mainly to the south, and this is going to be a line of showers and storms that are continuing to fire up across Iowa into Illinois. We are under a marginal risk, so minimal here in the Madison area, but one of these storms could potentially produce some isolated hail. Heavy downpours should be fairly brief. Boy, do we have that smoke again this morning. Visibilities are down. The poor air quality, expecting that high up close to 90. The average now is 82. So we are expecting very warm, if not hot conditions today. We still have that smoke this morning. The air quality advisory continues until noon here, but they have extended it until midnight for Iowa and northern Illinois. Visibilities down less than 2 miles because of the smoke. The thickest of the smoke out there this morning, but as we go in the afternoon, a westerly wind developing. That should help get rid of some of the smoke gradually as we get through the afternoon hours, so the air quality will be improving gradually going throughout the day today. It's going to be humid, though, with the heat index up there between 90 and 95. We will have these chances of showers and storms. They're small, but that's what we can expect right through Saturday. 68 right now in Madison. The Dells at 67, 63 in Lone Rock. Currently up in Sun Prairie and Wanakee, 69. Oregon currently at 69. So a warm start to the morning. First morning forecast 90 today with the scattered showers and thunderstorms developing later this afternoon. 87 tomorrow. We still have those chances of rain. They're pretty small. And then it's going to be heating up just in time for the 4th of July holiday. All right, our first morning traffic gets to this accident that is ongoing. Actually, it's a vehicle fire. It looks like they do have the vehicle fire out, but this is between I-90 39 westbound on the Beltline toward Stoughton Road. You can see that the traffic, they have now this just literally happened here in the last couple of minutes. It looks like they have opened up the lanes on those westbound lanes, but even the eastbound lanes right there on the Beltline between I-39 and Stoughton Road look to be slow this morning, so try to avoid that area.
All right, Kelly Slivka, thanks a lot for the update. Coming up in the morning sprint, the state budget is moving forward, but a possible veto over cuts could put it in jeopardy. If you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love to see a picture of them. Send it to us and we'll show it on TV. We'll be right back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. GE washer and dryer pairs for just $18 a month. Ends July 4th at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
The Stars and Stripes event starts now at Ashley. Save store-wide with massive savings on special purchases and closeouts at up to 84% off. Plus 6-year special financing with no money down. It all ends on July 4th, only at Ashley.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
6:53, time for the morning sprint. Let's go to Leah Linscheid, who is on the Capitol Square to talk about concerts on the square. Hey, Leah.
Good morning, Chris. Yes, it's a special evening for Concerts on the Square this evening. Their 40th anniversary, 4 decades of serenading the city from the Capitol lawn. We want to make sure that you know all the details to get your stuff set out this evening. You can lay down your blankets starting at 3 this afternoon, claim your spot. You can also set out chairs, but the legs have to be shorter than 6 inches. As far as music, Tiempo Libre is a special guest tonight, so expect some Afro-Caribbean music with jazz, harmonies, and Latin rhythm. The music starts at 7. It lasts about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Now, we also want to give you a look back at the first ever concerts in 1983. Madison businesswoman and philanthropist Pleasant Rowland saw the opportunity to improve access to the arts and create a sense of community while gathering on the beautiful Wisconsin State Capitol lawn. Over on channel3000.com, you can check out an interview with Pleasant, along with an interview with a musician who's been playing with the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra here on Concerts on the Square for 40 years. Also on channel3000.com, everything you need to know, from food and drink options down here, the details on parking. It's all up on our News 3 Now app and our website. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Leah. The Wisconsin state budget now heading to the Assembly. It comes after a Senate vote last night that moves the Republican drafted document forward. In the budget proposal, income taxes would be slashed by more than $3 billion. Shared revenue would get a boost and cut $32 million from the UW system. If it clears the Assembly, it then heads to the governor's desk. He has threatened to veto it over cuts.
This is a violation of the integrity of the state of Wisconsin and the integrity of the body.
Going through the process. We're following the process here.
New comments overnight from Senate Minority Leader Melissa Agard and Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu. Senate Republicans are moving a resolution forward to force a vote on the state's chief election official. This after the Elections Commission failed to reach an agreement on pushing Megan Wolf's nomination forward. This move paves the way for the possibility of Wolf being fired.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We still have the air quality advisory in effect until noon. You can still see the smoke creating the poor visibility this morning, also poor air quality. Hazy sunshine here at the noon hour. We're going to get a westerly wind. That should move out most of the smoke. Can't rule out a couple of showers or storms popping up 3, 4 o'clock. Going into the afternoon, a lot of that will be moving on to the east as we go into the evening hours. It's just going to be a hot one today as we get close to 90 and also humid with that humidity, the really rising, that heat index between 90 and 95. A few showers and thunderstorms tomorrow into Saturday, otherwise dry and heating up again just in time for the 4th of July.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Well, before we go, a preview of the 40th season of Concerts on the Square.